Okay, today I'm going to show you another piano device in this lesson here. I don't know really what you would call it. It's kind of a variation of the 9 chord. Like if I took a C chord, you know how we did the suspended chord where we added the D? And we did that, and that was a C chord. The D was suspended till you get to the C. Well, you can also call that a C add 9, which would mean a C chord. And if you played the C chord with the D, instead of just the D and not the C, when you suspend it, if you played the C chord and the D with it, we call that a C add 9. That means you have a C chord, and we're adding the 9th. So if I counted up from this C, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, D would be the 9th. Sometimes it's also called a C2 chord because the D is also just a second away. But anyway, it's the C chord or any chord with that middle note included with it. So C, D, E, and a G. So that's what we're going off of here. And this little thing is in the key of F. And let me play it for you first. Pretty. I like that little device there. Now let me show you where we're getting that. The first chord, the little piece here is in the key of F, by the way. But if we take an F chord and we add that note, the 9, we're adding the G here, and we get that. Instead of just the F chord, we have the G. Just like when we had the C chord, we added the D. Okay, we're adding the G on the F chord, and that's where that G comes from, right here on the right hand. What I'm doing, if you look at the F and the A, that's part of a C chord. The C's left out, but it's still a C chord. I have a C in the left hand eventually. So F chord, and then I play the A and the F separately, and then I play the G here. I go G, A, F, and it gives me that F add 9 sound. F, A, C plus the G. And I'm doing that on every measure. Each measure is a chord, and we're adding that extra note there. So this is actually at the end it changes a little bit. I changed the form up a little bit, but here this F chord, we have A below middle C with F above that, play it together, and then we're going to do that A and F separately. A and then the F, and then I'm going to do the G below that A right here, and go G, then up to A, and then up to F. So we have bum, 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 bum. Again, bum, 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 bum. All right, you need to do the F and the A with your pointer and your pinky finger if you can, because you need to save the G for your thumb. So thumb. All right, and we'll hold the pedal, the whole box there. Now let's look at left hand. We have an F down here. So here's middle C. Come all the way down to this F for left hand. And we're doing what? You should recognize that. Recognize that as an octave and a fifth. F on the pinky, F on the thumb for the octave, C in the middle for the fifth. And you just roll it up. Bum, bum, bum. Do it again here. Bum, bum, bum. Now let's put right and left hand together. So the F and the A of the right hand together with the left hand low F. And the left hand continues C, F, and then the right comes in, bum, bum. And then play this together, the G and the F. And then the right hand plays an A in between. And then hands together there. And then left hand finishes with an F. Let me do it again, slowly. Here we go. First box. Okay, again. Bum, 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 bum. Now make sure you can do the rhythm on that so it sounds right. So you go faster later. All right, let's try the next measure. This is a B flat chord. Now, if we take B flat D F, we hopefully can recognize that as a B flat major chord. If we add a 9, what are we adding? The C right here. Remember, I'm calling it an add 9 because C is a 9th away from this B flat here. Okay? So B flat, add the C, we get that nice sound. And that's where the C comes from, right there. So, let's start with the right hand. We're moving up to B flat right here on the pinky, D on the pointer finger, play those together, and then we're going to play them separate, the D and then the B flat. And then we'll add a C with our thumb, and then do the D back up to the B flat. So the right hand is bum, 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 just like the rhythm on this measure. Now left hand, we're on a B flat down here. So here was middle C, here's the B flat, here's B flat on the thumb, here's F for the fifth in the middle. And we're going to put this hands together just like we did in the first box here. Here we go. Moving on, we go to a D minor chord here. We have D, F, A, and then, and if you're wondering, how do I know what chord it is? Well, other than, playing music for a long time and recognizing it from just seeing music all my whole life, if you look at the notes, you see D, F, A, right? There's an E thrown in there, and that's our added 9. So D, F, A is a minor chord. Right, because 4 plus 4, so we have a D minor, and then we add that 9, the E there, okay? And if you're wondering why we call it 9 instead of 2, which sometimes I've seen it that way, is because we always have to think in terms of thirds when we build a chord. D, up a third is an F, up a third is an A, up a third is an E, up a third is an, D, up a third is an F, up a third is an A, up a third is a C, up another third is an E, so that would be a D9 chord, D minor 9, and we have to wait, since that E would occur up here eventually as we're building the structure of a chord, we're going to call it a 9, D add 9, just the way it is. So, D, F, A, add the 9, so let's play this, it's going to be the same way we did these other two chords, so D on the top, F on the bottom, okay, and then we play them separately, F and then the D, and then we're going to, with our thumb, reach down for an E, and back to the F, and then the D up there top. Now the left hand is going to have a D octave and a fifth, because we're on D minor, D, A, D. You should be recognizing lots of patterns, lots of things that are recurring again and again as we do these different little songs here. And that's how music is. Okay, let's play hands together here. Then the A and the D in the left hand, and then right hand does F, D separately, and then that E is with that D, and then an F in the right hand, and then together here, and left hand plays that D. Now let me do this box a little slowly. Same rhythm again. Bum, 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 bum. Moving on, let's go up here. We have a what chord? Look at the letters. C, E, C, G, C, E, C. You should be thinking C chord, C, E, G. So, what would be the 9 if we added a 9? It would be this, the D. Okay, because if we built a chord on C and went C, up a third, up a third, up a third to B, up a third again, D would be the 9th. That's a C9 chord. Okay? If we take the D and put it down here, it's fine. It doesn't matter where we put the D as long as we have the D in the chord if we're trying to play a C add 9. So, E and C on the right hand. E above middle C, C on the top, play them together, and then separately E, C, and then we're going to do the thumb on D, and then E, and then C, just like the other measures. And then left hand's going to have a C octave and a fifth. Okay, let's play it slowly here. Again, for this box. Okay, continuing on. Here we have a, I change it up a little bit. I don't do it exactly. I changed the chords around a bit, so I'm not going to go into it. The main thing I wanted you to understand is the add 9 part of the chords. But let me just show you this part. F above middle C, B flat below that, and then we're going to play those together, and then the B flat by itself, and then the F, and and then reach down for the A, and then B flat, and then an F, back up to F. So you see this was a little different. This was only a fifth, from B flat to F. All the other first notes at the beginning of the measures were sixths, but I made this one a fifth just to make the sound a little bit different. So now we have a G, D, G, a G octave in a fifth. Okay? And actually what I did, if you're interested, this is a G minor chord, or a G minor 7, which would be G, B, D, G, B flat D, and if you added the 9, it would be an A here. You see? And there's where that A comes from. But what I did is I made it a G minor 7 chord, adding the 9. So it really becomes complicated, I guess. But so G minor 9 would be G, B flat D, and then adding the F would make it a G minor 7 chord, and then we're adding that 9 with it. So we get lots of interesting combinations there. So if I wanted to do it exactly like I did the other measures, I would have left the top note as a G as a sixth. But I like putting the F there, making it a minor 7th chord, G minor. Okay, so let me do this measure slowly here. Again. Okay, so the chord there is G minor 9, G, B flat D, G minor 7, I'm sorry. G minor 7, G minor, and then I add the F, makes it a G minor 7th chord, add 9, add the A. Okay? If you don't quite get that, don't worry about it yet. We'll have plenty of other opportunities and lessons coming up to make that more solid for you. Now, the last measure here, we're going to keep the F and the B flat on the right hand. Okay? In fact, the right hand on this measure is the same as this one exactly. So I won't go over the right hand here, but let's look at the left hand. I just have a fifth. I have a C right here below middle C, and then a G above that, and that's all I have. C, G, C, G. I'm just doing a fifth there because my hands are pretty close together. I don't want to, you know, try to do the octave or anything. So let's try this measure here slowly. This one's a little bit different. Together there, and left, and then right hand B flat, then another B flat, up to F, and then together here, and then right hand B flat, and then right hand F, then left hand G. So let me do this measure slowly now. Again. And then right here at the end, how many times have you heard this before? In piano music. All the time, right? And actually, I left a note off here. Let me put that. Should be an A in there as well. What I have here is a left hand octave and a fifth on F, because we're in the key of F, ending in the key of F. So F octave with the C fifth in the middle. Now on the right hand, have an F on the top above middle C, with an A below that, with the pointer, and then a G below that. There's the add 9, that G, on the thumb. And what I'm going to do is roll it from bottom to top. So, but if I do it fast, I get. You have to really practice that to make it sound right. Okay, let me go through it one more time and then we'll be done with it. This is just another little tool in your arsenal to add to your playing by ear and improvising, and we'll have plenty more in the future.